Hello, how are you, YouTube? How you doing? Now, this is Will. I've been talking to you now about stress over a week now. I said stress is unavoidable. Stress is just part and parcel of life. There's nothing you can do about it. Like now, when it's really warm or hot, people can be very stressful. Depends on the person's temperament. So you can't avoid stress, but we can manage it and we can control it. So I said there's 3 levels of stress. One is the normal day-to-day stress, like school runs, preparing meal, looking after the family, on the traffic. Those are normal day-to-day stress. And then the second level of stress is what we call the acute stress. That one is argument with partner always argue with you very often, fight, quarrel, animosity, vindictiveness, tension, negative energy, deadline at work, always pressure, everybody's giving you their work to do, you haven't got time for yourself, your family, sometimes from financial issues. So those are acute stress. And then we have what we call chronic stress. Chronic stress is constant debt management, lenders on your back, court letters against you, evictions, court proceedings, summons, all those constant chronic stress. Abuse from your partner, constant abuse, lack of financial problems, lack of finances to support your family, and then also you can't see a way out. You feel you are stuck. So those are chronic stress, and those kind of stresses, according to health science, research, statistics, it leads to what we call heart diseases, strokes, and other type of mental illnesses, and eventually premature death, dying before your time. So I say you need to look after your health. I've been talking to you about the things you need to do, and I don't want to go back to it again. All you need to do is to look at and watch my videos. But today I just want to give you several things that you can do. The law initially says that number one, management of your health. The law gives you that privilege, and the employer is to protect. They have their duty bound to protect you, the employee, and to manage your stress and to make risk assessments. The number 2 thing is that your employer are duty bound to look into your safety at work and safety regulations, which is 1999. Now, these are some of the things that the law says that the law says that you should do. Now, the law helps you to manage your workload. So the law gives you the responsibility to manage your workload. Break your task down in bite sizes, little chunks that you can manage. If you can't manage it, delegate authority or responsibility to other younger people or your colleague that can help you, so that they can ease your stress and make life more manageable for you. Number 2, time management. The law says the employer cannot ask you to resume 6 o'clock in the morning and then you leave 12 at night or 11 at night. It's not possible. So you can take them to court. So the law gives you leverage to manage your time. An employer to give you a manageable time for your work and to take constant breaks or interval breaks, whatever you want to call it. And the law also gives you the leverage to say yes or no. So the law says you have the right to say no. If you think that your right is being violated, if you think they are putting too much pressure on you, the law said no, that you should say no. And if they question you no, then you can take them to tribunal. You can take them, you can ask the union to represent you. I've been in the case where a union represent me, but the union representative hasn't got the legal experience that I needed, so I end up representing myself because I have a bit of legal background. Okay, and the man said, actually, he said to me, I have a lot of experience, I've represented a lot of people, but your case is a little bit unique. And he said to me, it seems to me you are representing yourself better than I do. So I will just be at the meeting to be a third eye, to watch them. And if there's anything that if there is a need, then I will step in. And I did a very good job. I represent myself. I had a wonderful time. And the manager of that company I got rid of the manager by the things I did. The manager was kicked out, and a new manager came in and became my friend, and I managed my department very well. So it's the law protects you. Learn to say no. And number 4, leave work at home. Leave work at the door. You must leave your work at the door. When you leave your place of work, you got to leave your work there. Don't take it with you home. When you do that, you are violating what we call boundaries, work boundaries and home boundaries. In life, there are boundaries. If you keep violating boundaries, it will spill to all other areas of your life. Eventually, you will not be able to differentiate between your workplace and your home. And eventually, you will take your home to your work and your work to your home. You don't want to do that. You must keep boundaries. The reason why we keep boundaries with children, ourselves, our mates, our partners, our neighbors is that if you allow your boundaries to be override, eventually you will lose that sense of dignity, respect, work ethics, home ethics. So you don't want to do that. So the law says leave work at the door when you are going home, and leave your home at the door when you're going to work. Make a demarcation. Number 5, which is the last one, the law allows you to ask for help. So if you are stressed out, you can ask the health and safety officer that your company employs to look into the issues of your work, to help you, to look into the areas, to do what we call risk assessment, so that you are able to look at the area where that stress is coming from, to look at the hazard, and then to put tools in place to manage it, to manage your health. Let me tell you something. If you don't do this, your health will fail. And when your health fails, you will eventually leave the place of work. They will replace you. And so learn to say no, learn to manage your time, learn to keep boundaries. So this is Will. I just want to wish you all the best. You stay strong. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.